Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I pretty much got the how to make a hunger system, also included with a basic little eat system as well. So pretty much a simple hunger system. You guys know you see systems like this in like RPG games and stuff like that, where over time your hunger slowly decreases, and then you got to eat food to increase the bar, and then if it falls to zero, then you'll die of thirst. Sorry, die of hunger, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so very simple. First, of course, let's start with the UI. Head on over to Starter GUI, plus icon, screen GUI, right? Then you're gonna rename this GUI to Hunger GUI, right? Disable reset on spawn. Insert. You're then going to insert a text label, right? This text label will be named let's see. Let's name this full hunger text label, right? And then the sizing is very important, right? Like the sizing is very important, which is why I recommend you just use the default size, which is the current size it's at now, and stuff like that, and stuff. And I'm gonna explain why in a little. But I will update the position. Position does not matter, but yeah. So I did like 0.011, 0.591. So it's like 0, 0. There we go. Okay. So like right there, then I'm going to go ahead, give it a little border. I'm going to make the background color orange and stuff, because keep in mind, this is the full, and by full, I mean like what the bar will look like when, it's full, like, and stuff like that, right? So this display is, the full amount and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and sorry, the background color says we set the white. That's my bad, guys. My bad. White, right? And then we're going to duplicate this. So you could just select it, Control plus D. Then you're going to rename this after we set the color. You're gonna set this color to orange, because if you see like the way it looks, like yeah. So like when the bar goes down, like yeah, you guys see what I'm going for here. Now this does not need a border since you already have a border. So border size pixel set to 0. Rename this to current hunger text label, right? Boom, so same size and everything. And then yeah, then you're going to want to duplicate this, Control plus D, drag it above, and then you're going to want to rename this to simply hunger text label. This is just simply just going to say hunger, right? Just let people know that this is a hunger bar. So rich text, scale text. I'll do orange text with black textural color, and texture transparency will be set to 0. Bold text, and then background transparency we get to 1, and then bam. So hunger, we have finished our UI. Okay, now let's move on to some more stuff. Let's go ahead and insert a remote event into replicated storage. Plus icon, remote event. Rename this event to hunger event. And then let's go ahead and create our food. So head on over to starter pack, plus icon, tool. So I'm just gonna show this just for demonstration purposes and stuff. So like the way food will work in this system is like you'll have tools and stuff for like you can pick it up and whatnot, and then you can just name it to whatever you want. I'll just name it to like carrot, so like just some food, right? Very important things. Disable requires handle, because the tool will not work if requires handle is enabled and if you don't have a handle, right? Then we need to go ahead and insert a value inside. This is going to be a string value, or wait, no, my bad, not a string value, a int value, my bad. This is, or not, sorry, int, number value, sorry. So you're going to want to rename this to food amount. So first and foremost, this value is going to let us know that, that the object is is edible, like it's a food. Then the value is going to be however much it's going to like increase your current hunger bar, stuff like that, right? So like, how much it's worth. So we'll say like 20, it'll fill a person up by like 20 because it's a carrot, right? You can set that to whatever you want. The name is important, but the value is up to you, right? Now let's get into the coding. Open up starter player scripts, plus icon, local script. Rename this script to hunger script. In parentheses, you're going to put local, right? Bam. Then you want to create a couple of variables. First, you're going to create a variable for the tween service. So ts is equal to game, get service, tween service, because we're going to animate the bar as this moves up and down. Then create a variable for the, actually we don't need the remote event, actually, now I think, but oh, actually we don't actually need a remote event. Oh, interesting. Okay, you could delete this. You could delete this. I must have forgot to delete that. So, well, anyway. Create a variable for the player. Player is equal to game dot players dot local player. Then create a variable for the hunger GUI, which is equal to player.player GUI, wait for child, hunger GUI. Then let's go ahead and set up a function real quick. So we'll say player.current hunger dot change. So that's going to be a value that we're going to create, right? Dot change connect function, close parentheses, enter, right? And then we're going to update the bar based on whatever it's changed to, right? This is why I was saying it's important that you just set the size to whatever I set it to, because like the values are going to be connected, right? Because like, it won't scale properly if the values don't match and stuff. So we'll say hunger tween is equal to ts create. Then we'll say hunger GUI dot current hunger text table, comma tween info dot new. The duration is up to you. I'll just put 0.2 seconds, comma enum.easing style, again up to you, and then easing direction, all that is up to you, right? Then put a comma in between, special brackets. Then you're going to say size is equal to udm2.new, right? Then you'll say 0, comma player dot current hunger dot value, comma 0, comma 50, right? In case anybody's a little confused, we're only modifying the x value, right, which means, you know, left to right and stuff, and we're leaving the y value to remain the same, right? So pretty much, obviously, we don't want the bar to go up and down. We just want it to go, you know, left to right and stuff. So it's going to update the x value, right? Now moving on to the server script service. So plus icon, server script, rename it to hunger script, in parentheses put server, right? Delete print hello world. Then we are going to set up the first function. So we'll say game dot players dot player added connect function, in parentheses put PLR register for the player, enter. Then you're going to create two values. First, current hunger. This is what I was talking about. This is going to be a number value, right? Now, of course, the name will, you know, be the same as for the value. Here's where things get very important. Okay. The value of this needs to match of current hunger and like max hunger, right? Because by default, you're obviously gonna have max hunger when you join the game, right? It needs to match whatever the x value is for full hunger. Like you see how it right here, this is our x value right here. You see how it's 200, so I'm going to set this to 200. This is to ensure it scales properly and stuff. Like, 'cause if you set it to like 300, like for example, if you set it to like 300, the bar is gonna you know, go past it, because like, you know, the size, like the UI is smaller than the number, so it'll just look weird. So you need to make sure that these numbers match. So I'm going to say 200, then current hunger. If you want to change it, all you got to do, set this value to whatever you want, and whatever value you set this to needs to be the same right here. That's simple, in case anybody's confused. Then you'll parent this to the player, then just copy and paste this, select it, Control C, Control V, rename this to full hunger. So just to clarify, this is going to keep track of how much, like how hungry the player, or how full they are, whatever way you want to put it, how full the player currently is, while this will talk about their max, like the maximum, you know, it can be, which is, again, these values need to match, same as this, like all three of these values need to match and stuff. This value will change during runtime, this value will not, just in case somebody's confused. So Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. And then that's all the same there, right? Then you're going to set up a function. You're going to say player.character added, character added, connect function, in parentheses put character, enter. Right, so anytime a player joins, we want to update their value. So let's say, like, also if like a player dies, we want to reset their current hunger and stuff, right? We want to reset it to the max. So player.current hunger dot value is equal to player dot full hunger dot value, because we want to reset it, right? Then you also want to check to see if the player has any kind of food and stuff. So we can do this simply by just saying character dot child added, connect function, in parentheses put child and stuff, which means something was just added to the character and stuff. So the way this works with tools, whenever you equip a tool and stuff, it goes from your backpack into your character, so it'll trigger this function. We just got to confirm, of course, that it is not only a tool. So we'll say if child is a tool, we also need to ensure that it is food, not like, you know, some weapon or item, or not like a weapon or some kind, right? We'll say and child, find first child. This is the point of that value I mentioned, food amount, right? That's the point of this value, right? So enter, then you'll say child.activated, which just means you click while the tool is equipped, so the player's trying to eat the food. Connect function, close parentheses, enter. So you will then say player.current hunger.value is, you will say plus equal child.food.amount.value. Then we'll need to add in a check. Let's say the player his hunger bar is currently at 190, but they eat a carrot, which will increase it by 20. We don't want it to go over 200, so we'll increase it. It'll go over 200, but we will check by saying if player.current hunger.value is greater than. Now here's where you're going to put your maximum, your full hunger. This is the point of having the full hunger. So if it exceeds, if it exceeds full hunger, right? If it exceeds that value, then you're just going to set it to the full hunger value. So value is equal to player dot or dot value. Then after this if statement, you're going to of course destroy the food so that the player cannot eat it again. Then we're done with that first main function. Now on to our while loop. This is going to be the actual hunger part where it comes in. So we'll say while true do, enter. We're going to use a for v in pairs loop. For I v comma v in pairs. You're going to get all of the current players. Game.players get children. Enter. Right. Then you're going to say v.current hunger.value. So less than equal to, then here put however much it's going to decrease by and stuff. I'm just gonna put 5. It's up to you guys. Then you'll of course check. You will say if v.current hunger.value is less than or equal to 0, which means the player should be dead. Enter. Then you'll say v.character.humanoid.health is equal to 0. Go to player, right? And then you're going to skip 2 ends, and then of course we need to throw in a test.wait. Now to clarify, this is going to be the intervals in between the player hunger bar going down and stuff, right? Now for I'm going to set this to 0.5 seconds. I'm doing this for test purposes. This should be set to I don't know, 10-30 seconds or something. And you probably would have this set to 2, but yeah, you can just mess around with the numbers and stuff, and just see what you like, kind of thing. I'm just doing this just for the sake of testing, because we need to, of course, make sure 2 things: that eating works, and that if it gets to the bottom, it'll kill you, and that when you respawn, your bar will have refreshed or restarted itself. So let's go ahead and test. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description and stuff. Highly recommend that. And I completely forgot the most important thing. I forgot to play the tween. My bad, guys. We set it up, but we forgot. So go to the local script, just say hunger tween, play. Bam. That is on me, guys. Okay. Now watch this. As you can see, the bar is going down again. It's going very fast abnormally, simply because I set the the cooldown to 0.5 seconds. Now if I eat something, you notice the bar went up, so it increased. Okay, so eating does work, and the food is gone. Now as you can see, it's going to keep track of the current hunger while full hunger remains the same. Once current hunger reaches 0, it will kill me. There we go, and then the bar restarts, and we are back to square one. Okay, so yeah, there you guys go. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, whatnot. Like I said, I got more content coming for y'all and everything. Like I said, though, I'm locked in and stuff. Got a whole bunch of content coming for you guys. If you guys want to see any other systems, just let me know in the comments and whatnot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah.